Namaskar students, hope all are well in this COVID-19 situation. All are at home, may be safe. Here I am Utkarsh Parikh, starting your chapter number 3 in physics, current electricity. Current electricity. The name suggests that here you will learn about current and electricity. So let's start with the topic current. So first word, when you heard about this, then what is current? As all know that current is nothing but the charge flowing in unit time. Current is known as a charge per unit time. Its symbol is I and its formula become Q by T, where Q is a charge and T is a time. From this you can derive unit, and its units are coulomb per second. In the memory of scientist Ampere, its unit is capital A, which is nothing but the ampere. Its dimensional formula is become M0 L0 T0 A1. It is all about current. Now here one word came, which is charge. How can you define charge? It is already learned in chapter number 1 and 2, but just revise this word charge. So charge is nothing but the physical property of matter. It is physical property of matter. As we know, there are two types of charge: positive charge and negative charge. Positive, we are taking it as a proton. Negative is nothing but the electron. Okay, when we apply current in any circuit, and if current is positive, it means that direction of current is in forward direction, and if it is negative, current is negative, it means direction of current is in backward direction. Hope now you will understand what is current and what is charge. Let's move to the next topic, and the next topic is Ohm's law. You have already learned this Ohm's law in standard 10, that Ohm's law is derived by the scientist George Simon Ohm in the year 1828. Experimentally, he wants to know about the relation between voltage and current. So by performing some experiment, he got the result that the current passing through the conductor is directly proportional to voltage or potential difference between 2 points. What is the statement? Current passing through conductor is directly proportional to potential difference or voltage across 2 points. From this statement, we can get the relation between voltage and current, and which is V proportional to I. If we remove proportionality sign, we have to put some constant, and that constant put by the ohm is nothing but the R, where R is known as a resistance. So now, what is resistance? Resistance, that the thing which can oppose anything or something. Here resistance will oppose the current in the circuit. From this formula you can derive unit of R, which is voltage per ampere or volt per ampere. You can write like this. Now this another unit of resistance is nothing but, you already know that it is this symbol, and this symbol is known in the ohm. R, which is known as a resistance. Resistance depends on which quantities. You will tell that it depends on voltage, it depends on current, but no, it neither depends on voltage nor depends on current. Not on voltage and current. So then resistance depends on which quantity? See, again experiments done by the ohm to find the resistance of the material, and he successfully find the relation, or successfully find the formula of the resistance. And how can you find the resistance? And he performed the experiment, and he found that resistance depends on the dimension of the object or material. Then you can say how it is that. So let's assume what he performed or what he observed. He observed that if you increase the length of any object, resistance is directly proportional to length. It means if you take this object and you will take this object L1 and having L2 length, object having L2 length having more resistance than L1, means this R2 is greater than R1. Another thing he observed, that if length is same, but if you increase the area of the object A1 and A2, here A2 is greater than A1, if you increase the area of the object or material or of the wire, then its resistance will decrease. And from this he derived that R is inversely proportional to area. So here A1 having more value of resistance than A2. And from these two formulas, or from these two relations, he combined the relation R proportional to L and R proportional to 1 upon A. He derived the formula that R is proportional to L upon A. If we remove proportionality sign, some constant we have to put, that let this constant is this symbol, and this symbol is known as the resistivity of the material. From the from the formula of R is equal to rho L upon A, you can also derive the formula of rho, which is R A upon L. Okay, from this you can derive the unit of the rho, which is known as resistivity. Here unit of R is ohm, unit of area is meter square, unit of length is meter. 1 meter cancel out, so you will get the formula of resistivity, which is ohm into meter. So unit of rho is equal to nothing but the ohm into meter. Now another thing, that resistivity depends on which quantity? So from the formula you can tell that it depends on length, area and R, but it is wrong. You already know that rho is a symbol of proportionality, and this symbol does not depend on length and area. So here rho does not depend on L and A, not depends on L and A. So then what about dependence? Means rho depends on which quantity? Experimentally it is proved that rho resistivity depends on some quantities like pressure, temperature and field. And this field may be electric field or magnetic field. So from this you can say that R depends on length and area. If you increase the length, resistance will increase. If you increase the area, resistance will decrease. But rho does not depend on these two quantities. Rho means resistivity depends on three factors, which are pressure, temperature and electric and magnetic field. Unit of resistivity is ohm into meter. Now another quantity you have to derive, which is sigma. This sigma is nothing but the reciprocal of resistivity. Reciprocal of resistivity. And this reciprocal of resistivity is known as the conductivity. Okay, so now you can get that sigma is equal to 1 upon rho. If you put the value of rho from here, which is L upon R. Unit of conductivity from this formula is 1 upon ohm into meter, or you can also write this symbol, and this symbol is known as the MHO, mho. Hope you understand these things. Now how can you find rho and sigma, or how can you tell about the material by using rho and sigma, resistivity and conductivity? By knowing the value of resistivity and conductivity, how you can say that this material is conductor or insulator? By knowing the values, we can tell that for ideal conductor, I am telling about ideal conductor. Ideal conductor having sigma infinite and rho is equal to 0. And for ideal insulator, sigma is 0 and rho is nearer to infinite. These two you have to remember, that for ideal conductor sigma is infinite, rho is equal to 0, but for an ideal insulator sigma is equal to 0 and rho is equal to infinite. Conductor that anything that electricity can conduct. Insulator does not conduct the electricity or current. Okay, so from this you can derive which material is conductor and which material is insulator. Another topic in your book is the relation between J and E. E stands for electric field. Here I am taking short form of electric, which is ELE dot. J is known as the current density. You already know about density. Density are of three types: linear density, areal density, volume density. Okay, if you divide mass upon length, it is linear density. Mass upon area, it is areal density, and mass upon volume is known as a volume density. Here we have to take current. So we have current in this formula. So here current upon something is known as a current density. Here current upon nothing but the area, then you will find J, and J is known as a current density. So you can define the current density like ratio of current and area of the material is known as the current density. Unit of current density is ampere per meter square. Here A stands for area, not unit ampere. Let's come to the topic, which is relation between J and E. Current density and electric field, we have to derive the relation between this. Okay, let's come to the topic. Ohm's law. Formula of Ohm's law is V is equal to IR. What is the relation between voltage and electric field? In second chapter you will learn that, or you will learn that E is equal to dV upon dx minus dV upon dx. V stands for voltage, X stands for length. Change in voltage upon change in axis or length is known as the electric field. Okay, here voltage is V, length is L. So electric field now become V is equal to E is equal to V upon L, and from this you will derive the formula of V, which is E into L. Then put the value of R. What is R? R is nothing but this formula, rho L upon A. So R rho is EL is equal to I into rho L upon A. Here length is common, so it will cancel out. So you will get E is equal to I rho upon A. What is I upon A? It is nothing but the current density J, and which is rho. Okay, so now you will get the relation between E and J, which is E is equal to rho into J, or you can also write E is equal to J upon sigma, because rho is equal to reciprocal of conductivity, means resistivity is equal to reciprocal of conductivity, or conductivity is equal to reciprocal of resistivity. So you will get these two relation between E and J, which is E is equal to rho into J, or E is equal to J upon sigma. Hope till now you will learn, or you will understand all these three topics, which is first is current, what is current, what is charge. Then Ohm's law, who find Ohm's law, what is Ohm's law, what is resistance, or resistance depends on which quantity. Then from the formula, what is resistivity, resistivity depends on which quantity, what is conductivity, what are the units of rho and sigma. Then what material means, materials are conductor or insulator, you can tell from the sigma and rho. Then you will learn relation between J and E, means current density and electric field. Okay, so till now I am stopping now. Next topics will be learned in the next video. Thank you.